There are moments in life when everything feels final. When something painful happens, it can feel like the closing of a door rather than a chapter. Loss has a way of convincing us that what we are experiencing now is all there will ever be. Disappointment can make the future feel small, uncertain, or even unreachable. And when pain lingers longer than expected, hope can quietly begin to fade. But faith reminds us of something deeper and truer. What you are walking through right now is not the end of your story. It may feel overwhelming, confusing, or deeply discouraging, but it is not final. God is not finished with you. He is still writing, still shaping, still working in ways that go beyond what you can see in this moment. Pain often narrows our perspective. It focuses our attention on what has gone wrong, what has been lost, or what has not turned out the way we hoped. When life hurts, it becomes difficult to imagine a different future. But God's view is not limited to this moment. He sees the full picture. He sees where you've been, where you are, and where He is leading you. Scripture shows us again and again that God works through broken chapters to bring about greater purpose. Stories that begin in hardship often lead to transformation. Situations that look like failure become preparation. Seasons of loss become moments of redirection. What feels like the end is often the place where something new begins. When you feel stuck in disappointment, it's easy to believe that your mistakes or circumstances have disqualified you. But God does not define you by your lowest moment. He does not abandon His people when they struggle. He does not stop working because things did not go as planned. God's faithfulness is not dependent on your perfection. It is rooted in His character. There are times when God allows chapters to close because they were never meant to define the rest of your story. Doors close not always as punishment, but often as protection. What you lost may not have been able to carry you into the future God is preparing for you. Even when loss feels painful, it can still be purposeful. Waiting in uncertainty can make the future feel unclear. You may not know what comes next. You may not feel ready to move forward, and that's okay. Faith does not require immediate clarity. It requires trust. Trust that God is still present. Trust that He is still guiding. Trust that He is still working, even in the spaces where you feel unsure. God's plans are not rushed, careless, or incomplete. He works with intention and patience. He builds slowly and carefully. When things fall apart, it does not mean God has lost control. It often means He is rearranging things in ways that will ultimately serve you better than you can see right now. It's important to remember that growth often comes through discomfort. Change is rarely easy, but it is often necessary. God uses difficult seasons to strengthen faith, deepen character, and prepare hearts for what lies ahead. What you are learning now may be equipping you for something you have not yet encountered. If you are carrying regret about the past, know that God is not limited by it. He redeems what feels wasted. He restores what feels broken. And He brings meaning out of moments you wish had never happened. Your past does not have the power to cancel God's purpose for your future. When hope feels distant, return to the truth that God is faithful to finish what He starts. He does not abandon His work halfway through. He does not walk away when things get difficult. He remains present, patient, and committed to your growth, even when you struggle to see progress. You may be in a chapter right now that feels uncomfortable or unfinished. You may be longing for answers, clarity, or direction. But this chapter does not define the entire story. God is still writing, and what He writes next may surprise you in ways you cannot yet imagine. Hold on to faith, even when it feels fragile. Trust that this moment, as painful as it may be, is not the final word. God's plans extend beyond this season. His purposes reach further than this moment, and His presence remains steady through every chapter of your life. This is not the end of your story. It is a turning point, and God is still